Hi everyone, my name is Vitor Vaz Schultz, and today I will present to you a machine science concept. To do this explanation, I prepared the presentation with an introduction, then I will speak the machine scientist method, then I will show some results and speak about the conclusion. So, the computer simulation research born when Nicholas Metropolis published the Monte Carlo method in 1953. And before that, um, appears some approaches that use machine scientists date back to at least the 70s. And now, 50 years after this, in 2020 was published this article entitled A Bayesian Machine Scientist to Aid in the Solution of Challenging Scientific Problems by Roger Guimard et al. And I like this article because they have two phrases that I read that I like a lot. One of them was their approach sets the basis for further developing theory of model discoverability. Developing theory of model discoverability. And another phrase was, they say that we show in more detail how machine science can help us to solve major open scientific problems. When I read these phrases, I get intrigued to see this article. So, but what machine scientist is a Markov chain Monte Carlo algorithm that samples over the whole space of models to generate a fully characterization, one expression that can fit the data and can also do predictions with high accuracy. So I tried many ways to explain this, but I will draw. Here I have one simple experiment. For example, some fluid evaporating over time. Then we have a maximum height. And in practical, when we do this experiment, we have data to lead with. And then come the physics and construct graphs and wrote expressions to fit that data and to know about the model, the function that can model this experiment. And machine scientist is a method that can lead with this data and search for a ideal expression like this. And here is bad C, but I want you to see that here we have a constant and multiplication and a function exponential. So we have this kind of characterization of this equation, this expression. So what if I was a physicist, I will look to the problem, I know the math, then I will construct this expression. So, but what machine science could do? Okay, so machine science will start with a expression in a group of expressions. In this article that I mentioned before, they use a lot of start expressions. And here, just for example, I start with this, C1 divided by H, and then I made a node replacement that was one of the operations that the article does. They have 3 operations that was randomly selected to be applied. And here we change the divide operation to multiplication. And then I made another operation to change elementary tree replacement, because this is a two constant multiplication. And what we want is a constant multiplication of exponential. This category is another tree, another model, another function. So how works the acceptance rules to when I made the operation. Okay, the acceptance rule is the key of the method. And one of the most challenges is know when to stop the steps, because I can apply an elementary tree replacement and rinse all the expression that I have before. So the acceptance rules follows like this. We have an expression in a form, and then we made a change, like an operation. And then we can calculate the probability of this next expression could be more fitable or not. And these calculations of these probabilities depends entirely of the data set. And, and then if the probability of this new expression is higher than before, then the rule is accept. If it is a less probability to fit the model, then maybe can accept. Then now, when is lesser probability to fit the model, fit the data, and have another random filter to choose or not, or to accept or not accept that last modification in expression. So what the article does, they use Nikuradse dataset to compare alternative machine scientists like Eureka, Eplex, and EFS. As I said before, there was 50 years and have some approaches that have good results, but now have very successfully results. So here in gray dots, we see the Nikuradse dataset. Nikuradse dataset is a dataset that explains, not explains, that fit the turbulentic movements. And this is the gray dots is the dataset that we have. And this expression was the expression that machine scientists of this article returns. And this is another example, because when we start to
2 minutes, Vitor.
When we start to find this expression, it's randomly choose the start, then is different. But they both are elemental trees because they fit the model, fit the data. And here in red, we have this red line is the machine scientists that have a mean absolute error lesser than the others. But the principal result in this article was this, because here these gray dots are the data, the black dots are the dots that machine scientists never seen before. And here we see that machine scientists have a Bayesian machine scientist has a better results to fit that data. And here, in certain points, like here, and the Bayesian machine scientists could fit the data better than the others. And the main difference is the fact that the machine scientist is Bayesian, because they do this, they use Markov chain Monte Carlo to these acceptance rules. And for the conclusion, discovering closed form mathematical models was one of the earliest tasks attempted, and despite much progress in the area, two related difficulties are arising repeatedly. One of them is deciding what current balance between a goodness on fit and model complexity. And another problem is how to search systematically through the space of the models. However, the Bayesian approach statistically proposes models that resemble existing phenomena models in literature. and thank you.